Good morning, everybody. I am doing another pop-up live today, guys. I am going to turn this way to try to keep the light out of everybody's eyes here. I'm going to do that right there. Let's see. Turn it like that. I think we're good. Let's see. Let's see if I can put the microphone in here. Plug this baby in. And we will see. I don't like it. I like that right there. Cool Gamer, thank you for coming in. How are you? Is my audio okay and my video? Fisherman Joe, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Hey, Amber, how are you? Reef, you finally made it, buddy. You working today? How is my audio and my video? Can you hear me okay? I'm going to try to twist this. Yeah, I'm horizontal today, Jess. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I went the right way today. All right, so we're all good. Reef's driving. Looks and sounds great. Okay, cool. Thank you. Video and audio is good. Okay. Audio and video is good. Everybody's saying audio and video is good, so that's a good thing. I wonder why. I wish you could zoom on this, but I guess I gotta be closer. So how's everybody doing today? I just talked to my dad on the phone, and they took the stents and everything out. And he said he feels great today. So hopefully they get the blood work back. He doesn't have the infection, and they can let him go today. Hey Daniel, thank you for coming in. But I did do a pop-up live. I talked to Daniel this morning. That's okay, Reef. I understand. And so my dad, if everything's good, I think if everything's cleared up out of his system, he can come home today. If not, he'll come home tomorrow. So that's a good thing. So I just wanted to do pop up again, just talk about a few things. If you guys have any announcements or anything you'd like to make, please feel free to do so. Can't wait for the end of May to see if I get a deer tag. Yeah, that'd be awesome, buddy. I saw your new bow. That's pretty awesome. Just make sure you practice with your bow. You don't want to have to mess up a shot if you get an opportunity. Believe me, I've messed up a lot myself. So just practice your best and practice all the time. Oh, so what's everybody up to today? I got to work again today. And then tomorrow is my uncle's funeral, so I gotta go do that. I have a target deer vitals. Yeah, definitely shoot as much as you can. Some old man, hey Richard, how are you, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. I got your email the other day about you sending me more of your stickers and decals, so I appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna use them for future giveaways and things like that. So I really appreciate that. Some old man has some great decals, one of the better ones out there, I think. And they're really nice. So I appreciate him sending me more. Um, so we got what, 6 people in here? I'll wait a little bit. Central Valley, what's up? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. So that's pretty awesome. You guys are coming in. So what I did was I got a message from my buddy from JJ Drones, Jason. And he emailed me last night. I guess he saw my live, which I appreciate him watching. And he heard me talking about the Rode microphones, the wireless, the go-tos. And he reached out to me and said, hey, I wouldn't buy those. And my idea was they were top of the line, good microphones. I'm not saying they're not good microphones, but he pointed out to me that these DJI microphones are a better deal and they're good quality and they have everything that I need to be compatible with my phone and my GoPro, especially with my media mod kit. And I'm hoping that I think that they're also compatible without the mod kit too. I'm assuming if they have a C port, I'm sure they will. Hey Cody, thanks for coming in. So I wanted to get the Rode Go 2 microphones, and Jason reached out to me last night and said, hey, check out these DJI microphones. You're going to probably want to get them because the Rode microphones, you need to download other programs and purchase other programs if you want to like use your audio in certain ways. So with the DJI, you don't have that. And the package that they give you is you have everything you need to, everything that I need that'll work for me. So it's a little more money, but it's definitely upfront cost. It's going to be the same. You know what I mean? Like if I get the Rode, I have to buy I think a $16 attachment, and then if I have to make purchases for downloading materials, that's going to cost some money also. So I looked into it, and I'm buying the DJIs. So Jason definitely sold me on ET Travel Freely. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Um, so Jason, I thank you for that. And then also, Jason from JJ Jones made a considerable donation to my channel, which I really, really appreciate that. I wanted to give you a shout out for doing that. He didn't have to do that, and he sent it, and he said, you know, it's for a good cause and everything. So I'm really glad that you like my content and everything to be donating to my channel. That makes me feel really good, and I appreciate you very much. So I will never forget that. I thank you for making the donation. So big shout out to JJ Drones. If nobody has him, please, if there's any moderators in here, please share his channel out. If not, please go find him on your own and go show him some support. Great guy. I mean, he didn't have to do that. He reached out to me and got me on the right track. And that's what the community is all about, is about helping each other out. And, you know, showing, he's telling me what his experiences, because I believe he has those. And I would have probably bought those roads and thought that I had the best ones going, and I would have bought them. And thank you, Reef. I appreciate that for sharing, Jade. So there's JJ Jones' link. Please, guys, go check him out. Give him a hook set. Make some comments on his video so it sticks. But he really helped me out, and I'm still going to be, I'll probably, when I get off of this live, I will go and check him out, or check the DJIs out and just read about them more so I know everything. That's the kind of person I am. I did it last night a little bit, but I was tired after work. And then this morning I got up and he called me and we started talking, we exchanged numbers. So he really helped me out and put me, you know, he made me think of, you know, what's better for me. So I researched it a little bit, and the DJI microphones are going to be good. And it has a charging station it comes with, a case, and which the Rode mics don't. You have to buy that separate. So there's a lot of extra parts that you got to buy for the Rode that'll probably end up being more money than these DJIs. But the DJIs seem like they're really good. So I'm going to go ahead and probably buy those. Got to go at my job. So, all right, Reef, thank you, Earl, for coming in. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for sharing links. Great moderator, great channel. Go check out Reef Robber. Everybody in here probably already did or does do that already. So, what I got here is on my live on Thursday, I'm giving away some lures for trout fishing. What are you, a fish brain rep? Yeah, man, I'm a fish brain rep. I got my fish brain shirt on. I got my fish brain hat. I have another shirt. And who is Reef Robber? Yeah, he's not too known. He pops in every now and then. I don't even know if he makes videos. I think he does. I know he does lives, but I don't know if he makes any videos or if he even catches any fish or harvests any animals on his videos. I don't know. You might want to go check it out and see for yourself. Um, so I'm doing my live tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and I will be making baits for Living MN Outdoors. Daniel over there put an order in, and I'm going to be making baits on my live. And then I'm going to have a special guest stop who you all know is the Sunfish King. Him and I are doing a YouTube starter kit giveaway together. Very good friend. Hey, time to get going. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. If he did hunt, it wouldn't be for anything cool. Probably like an off-brand beaver. Yeah, no problem, JJ. I appreciate all your support and what you did, man. It was awesome. So, anytime, if you ever need me for anything, JJ Drones, any kind of donations for your channel or giveaways, just let me know and I'm in. So, I'm having Sunfish King up, which will be awesome. And we're going to talk some trout fishing. It's for me, trout season usually is winding down around May. I'm done. Tina Ladybug, thank you for coming in. And so trout fishing for me is very short season, but Sunfish King is definitely an avid trout fisherman. He catches a ton of trout. He knows what he's doing on that end with the trout and everything. So it'll be cool to have him up and talking about trout. But yeah, there was a little change. I'm going to be making Living MN's baits. Hey, Steve, how are you, bud? Thanks for coming in. So I got these baits here. Then these are the baits that I used for my video, and then I was catching a trout on. So I figured it would be pretty cool idea to buy the baits that I used in my videos. So time to get going. Just came home from Wyoming. Okay, that was probably an awesome trip. So Bob just come out with that video. I think a couple videos from Time to Get Going. So you guys might want to go check him out. ET chat almost midnight, probably 23:43. Yeah, it's a little crackly for me. So is that the sound? My audio is weird. How is it now? Is it cracking still? Audio is choppy again. See if it, let me see here. Cracking still. That's weird. How's that? Is that better? How is that? Is it, Arkansas? Is it still cracking? I just took the microphone off. I don't know. I was having issues today. Better, you think? Okay, it seems to be better. I want to move this a little bit. That's better. Okay, I probably have this little connection here. See this lightning connection? This here and this. I think this microphone or my headphones are kind of crappy. They're not real expensive headphones, so this right here is probably moving on me. So maybe yesterday it sounded fine, but maybe just something with this. So I will get rid of the headphones then. Plus, you can see my new fish brain hat better anyway. But yeah, these are like cheapy headphones that I got for like $10 or something. So it's probably something to do with that. But I'm hoping once I get my DJIs, I won't have any issues at all. So I'll put them up here and put them away. So what was I talking about again? Oh, so I was talking about the my giveaway for Thursday. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. Fish on. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. So I'm giving away. What I did was I went fishing with my family up Seven Springs. We caught a ton of trout. We had a great. I've made 3 videos out of it, and I did a couple of lives while I was up there. And I was catching fish on these lures, and the kids were catching fish on the lures. We were using power bait and chunky cheese and stuff like that. But I like to throw lures a lot. So what I did, I couldn't find my Rapala trout minnows that I was using, and it was in the brown trout pattern, but I do believe I have it in my affiliate links in my Amazon. So if you guys want to buy that lure, you can go into my affiliate links and purchase the Rapala minnow. But so what I did was I went out, and I thought it was a good idea to, when I make a video, Bullets and Barbecue, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. If everybody haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. That helps out a lot. So what I thought was when I make a video, if I do well in the video and I'm catching fish and everything, why not go purchase the lures and follow up with a live after it and do a giveaway with the lures. So what I have is I have the silver Phoebe lure that I used, and then I went out and I got the gold Phoebe lure also for a giveaway for Thursday. And then I went out and got my favorite spinners. Is I got my Blue Fox, the whiptails. These are size 0, and they're a 16th weight deep runners. So you are going to get an assortment pack of those. I'm going to be giving that away to someone. And then one of my favorites are the Blue Fox Flash. They're like see the minnow head on there? I don't know if you could see it. Like instead of it being the shank, the shaft is like rounded like a rooster tail. That just has a minnow head in there, sort of like a die cut, where they have a lot of flash to them, and that's why they call them the Flash. But I really like the Blue Fox spinners. I think they're well made. I've always had good luck with them. So that's my spinner of choice. I know people out there I use rooster tails and things like that. But these are my favorites. So I figured I'd go out and get these and give them away on my live. Just to people, who are coming into my lives. I like to give back to the community and do that. So I'll be making baits for Live at MN. Daniel put an order in, so I'll be doing his baits that night, and I will be giving away some stuff here on the lures. Your grandpa gave you like 30. Yeah, they're good lures, man. The Blue Fox line of baits are really good. They have something. ET, it's back again. Crappy noise. Yeah, that might be my connection then. I don't have any tutorials on it yet, Bullets, but I do lives while I make the videos, and you can learn some stuff in the lives. But I plan on doing some tutorials in the future with my baits, like videoing me just doing my baits and how I do it. But if you come into my lives, Bullets and Barbecue, you'll be able to see how they're made and what I do. That's something that I've been doing for a while now. So you could definitely, I'm doing a live tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and I'm having Sunfish King up. I'll be making baits, and I will be making baits and talking trout fishing. Yeah, I guess it's my connection today here, my internet. So, but yeah, Jeff, definitely check that out, Bullets. I will, and I will be making a tutorial on how I make my baits coming up, like a whole videos on it. But to get an idea of what I'm doing, you could definitely stop into my lives. I'm usually always making the baits. Yeah, it's a pretty cool process. I love doing the soft plastics. So, but yeah, that noise is bugging me. And like I said, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm on my phone, and I have my phone on a tripod. I thought it was maybe the headset, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just my internet connection. Now, when I was writing the descriptions and everything in my live today, when I was doing this pop-up live and setting up my live, I got a notice that said YouTube crashed. And do I want to donate or something? I didn't know if that was some kind of spam or something. I just put no and got rid of it. But it wouldn't let me put the description in when I set up my live. It kept shutting, like going off. So I don't know if that was my connection with that or if it was a YouTube thing. But if the sound's still cracky, I apologize. There's really nothing I can do about that. I really don't want to start the live over. I'm just going to keep it running, and hopefully it gets better. If not, then I don't know. I don't know what else to do with that. It's out of my control. So, and that's the thing about going live. So, but it would probably even be worse if I had my GoPro. If the internet connection's wrong, the GoPro would probably be shutting off or something. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. It might be the YouTube issue, because I got a notice saying something about YouTube. So I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like a scam. That's what it was. I got a YouTube crash message yesterday, too. Yeah, Cody got the message, too. So I guess it's somebody just trying to scam. It's like you want to donate to it or something. I was like, nah, absolutely not. I was going to ask him if they wanted to donate to me. I was going to say, well, no, but if you want to donate to my channel, you can't.
My problems are always me. Yeah, well, I like to blame my problems on other people anyway. So I'm blaming YouTube for this one. I don't know. Sorry, YouTube, if it's not you, but my connection, like I said, it was like it wouldn't let me put in the description what I wanted to put in. So I just skipped that part till after I download the video. And once the video is up, I'll add my description. After this is over, I'll go back in and see if I can do it. But yeah, I kept going off my screen, so it might be my connection. And I have three router boxes here, three like booster boxes in my home because my internet in where I live at stinks. Yeah, yeah, they do. Um, we were talking to King. I was talking to King about the stuff last night, and yeah, YouTube makes some money on you, definitely. So yeah, I'm really excited to make the baits for Daniel from Living MN. He picked some really cool colors, and he gave me the freedom to pick some colors for him. So I talked to him this morning about the colors I'm picking. So he was good with that. So I'm really excited to be making those baits tomorrow on my live for him. And that's something I do barbecue or bullets and barbecue. Like if you place an order, I can do it on my live. Unless you don't want the people to know the colors. Some people are real secretive about their colors that they want. But if you tell me you don't want it to go public, the colors, then I won't put them. I won't do it on the live. I'll just make them, behind the scenes, and I'll send them to you. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll probably make a couple for myself and try the colors out myself. But that's an option you have also, and it's my baits can be fully customized, custom colors and everything that you want. If I don't have the colors, I'll get them for you. So if you do want something, you can just go to my description and email me. And also, you can go to my Facebook Off the Hook page and check out the pricing there. I still got to put my crawfish, my razor craws up there, and a couple other pictures that I'd like to, like sort of update my pictures on there and show you guys a couple things. I'm in the process of I'm looking for more molds to make. I'd like to get a nice drop shot mold. Uh, but I haven't found the right bait. I'm real particular on my drop shotting and baits. I use right now a company called Mismo, and they have some great drop shot baits that I use. And I'm looking for something on that line. I think they're called a scorpion tail, and they have like a flat tail with a little piece coming off of it. One day you see a monthly check. Yeah, yeah, one day. I guess that's what we're all hoping for that are doing the YouTube. But I like it just to connect with you guys and to learn things, and hopefully I could teach somebody something also. But I got two new videos coming out also very soon. One is how to get the oil stains off your boat carpet. I did one of those this weekend with my daughter, and then I have a cooking video coming out too. And I don't want to spoil it and tell you what it is, but you'll have to check it out. So, and they have series on my. I have a couple series, and I'm thinking of adding a how-to series to my channel. Yeah, the paddle tail molds, they have musky molds that are bigger, and I like that size. I like that 8-inch size. I was thinking for bass fishing, for me, I have the 4-inch, but I was thinking about going to like a 6, and I don't know if they make a 7, but I wouldn't mind getting an 8 and a 10-inch paddle tail mold for musky. Because up in my lake, an 8-inch bait is probably the perfect size for a muskie up there. They feed on the golden shiners up there, and there are some shad in there also. So if I had an 8-inch paddle tail mold, that would be really good. I'll have to look around for that, Daniel, and see. I'll probably start off the muskie baits with that 8-inch, but I'd still like to get a 6-inch paddle tail also for bass, for a bigger size for the bass. So a bigger paddle tail, and I believe AI molds has a lot of bigger stuff, but they're expensive. They're like $350, $400 for molds, and I really don't want to spend that right now. I'm trying to upgrade my equipment right now, so I don't really want to be spending that much money on a mold. But if I have to, I will eventually. But they have a paddle tail. It's called a bloodline, and they have the side of the fish has like a line in it, and you make them separate, and then you can put any color like red, black, and then you shoot your mold, and you put this plastic in the mold when you shoot it, and it becomes like it's called a bloodline. It's on the side of the paddle tail. They're really nice. Yeah, 14 inch. That's a big one. That's a lot of plastic. You probably have to have an injector that's like a gallon that'll hold a gallon of plastic for you. That's one of the problems. If you're buying mold, you can buy the molds, but then you have to get the injectors that hold the plastic. So you can. You did a vacuum sealer live yesterday on YouTube. A copyright claim. What was the copyright claim for? Oh yeah, the radio. Yeah, sometimes I make a mistake when I'm out with the kids. We're like a carnivore or something, and that happened with my Easter video when I did a Easter, wishing everybody a happy Easter. I went down to a park by my house that they do Easter every year with like an Easter egg hunt and for the kids, and they have like a petting zoo, and they were playing some Disney music in the background, and I was talking, and I was in the background, and I always load my videos, and I learned this from Sunfish King to unlisted. So I do everything from my phone. So on the computer, I guess it's different. You can do a check on it, but on my phone you can't. So what I do is I download it unlisted, and then I look, and it'll tell me if there's a claim in the box, and if there's a claim, then I'll go back. It'll tell me where it is, and then I'll go in and edit it or cut it out or whatever. Yeah, I don't know why they hid the video. That's weird that they hid the video with the. I don't think they would hide the video for the music. Maybe the vacuum sealer that you used or something. The company don't want people doing that, but I would think that would be good advertisement for the company. So I don't know why they would hide the video. That'd be something to maybe ask Sunfish King or Daniel or somebody on here that knows more about that stuff than I do. Adding tags would help out a lot. Yeah, Dominic. Sorry if I missed you. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, I do add tags to my videos. But I still got to get that all down. There's keywords that you got to use in your titles. Now I hear that YouTube is looking at the file name instead of your title. I don't know how to change file names and things like that. So your average daily views are good. 292. Yeah. Um, I don't really know how to fix file names and things like that. We were talking about that in Earl's Live the other day, where YouTube takes that file name and that's what they search with, and that's how they promote it. And I don't know anything about how to do that. I know how to change the words in my title. So the name, I have no idea how that works out. But I'm having fun doing it, and whatever, it is what it is. But the hashtags and keyword. Hey, Woman Outdoors, thank you for coming in. The titles, I try to use some keywords. I have a keyword search. Um, like my how-to video, I put like, I didn't know that. Thanks for that tip. Yeah, I don't know. Tags are huge, but don't use tags that don't apply to the content. Yes, I definitely know that, Daniel. Like I did that how-to video, like how to remove oil stains from your boat carpet. So that's how I titled it, how-to. So I figured the how-to is a good keyword, and then how to remove stains from boat carpet. That's what I'm titling it. Hey, Steven's Talk Show, how are you, buddy? Thank you for coming in. So I titled it that way, and then when I went into the tags, I put how-to. Then I put like boat carpet, removing stains, stuff like that in my tags. Take your keywords and search it in Google. Change them around and research. Okay. That makes sense to do that too. So you just do a Google search on the keywords. I have a keyword finder that I have. I'm going to move this again because my back is hurting. I'm getting old, guys. My back's starting to hurt when I'm doing lives. That's not a good sign. But yeah, I got my fish brain shirt on, my fish brain hat on. They sent me some gear, so I'm going to use them for posts and stuff this year on fish brain. So that's pretty exciting. Nice hat. Got my hair cut. If anybody wants to see my haircut, I got my hair cut. So now I just have the top. My sides are shaved totally, so everybody can see my hair now. But yeah, so I'm excited about the I have YouTube Buddy, and that's really what the key is. Okay, that's good to know. Time to get going. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. I'll try that. It's sometimes like when I'm making videos, I don't even know what to name it. Google Trends, we use it all the time. Yeah, Google Trends. Okay. But sometimes it's hard for me to come up with a title. You know, like I want to name it something, I put, and then when I put it in words and look at it, it looks stupid. So sometimes I don't, I have a hard time titling my videos, and that's probably something that I should work on this next year here. Right now, I'm working on getting the monetization, my time and everything. So I think I'm at like six something or 700 more hours, and then I can get monetized. And then I heard that's another issue. Getting monetized is kind of a pain in the butt too. So I'm gonna move this again. I'm trying to keep this light. See that light right there? I'm trying to keep that light out of the way. So I'm gonna do this in front of me. I think it's a little better. Your titles are great. Just add some words out of the title in your description and tags. Out of the title. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, and then my like I guess the way I look at it, and they like to see them 3 times. Okay. Yeah, so I guess put it in the title, put it in the tags, and then what about like in the hashtags? It isn't that bad, Ted. Just follow their instructions and wait 1 month. um, what the heck was I gonna say? So the way I look at it now, and I try to relate it to my fishing or hunting. Yes, hashtags and description. Yeah, and I know the first 3 hashtags is they hyperlink those first 3 hashtags. So I guess the first 3 hashtags are supposed to be one of the most important hashtags, and then they only look at up to 15 hashtags on your video. I remember when I was doing a hashtag finder, I was putting like 30 hashtags in my videos. I thought that was good, but then I heard that that was a bad thing. In the description, same title, and then tag the same as title. Okay. Um, and I was putting all kinds of hashtags in the bottom of the videos, and they took I seen the hyperlinks. Hey JAs, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in. And so I was using tons of hashtags, thinking more hashtags were better. But then I researched it, and YouTube only looks at 15 hashtags on your videos. The most they'll look at is that. So I thanks Jay, I appreciate you, buddy. So I started just using 15 hashtags, and the first 3 were my most important ones, like that relates to the video the most. So I'd get the 15 and I'd move them around, and I'd put the first 3 because I know they hyperlink. That's the first 3 hashtags that are in blue under your title. So I make sure I try to put the most important ones first. But as I was going back to saying is, I'm looking at my YouTube channel, and I'm looking at it as like I'm hunting a deer, or I'm fishing I'm trying to catch a fish. And so I'm going to put it that way this year is basically my videos are the lure, and I'm trying to catch fish basically. So I'm going to try to entice the viewers to come bite my lure, which is my video, and I'm going to, with my thumbnails and my keywords and my titles and stuff. So I'm going to try to upgrade that this year and see if that helps my channel. I'm doing okay with my channel. It's growing slowly, and that's okay. That's what they say you want is to grow. You don't want to get a big jump because then it affects your watch time and things. If people are just hook setting you and not watching your videos, that can hurt your channel. So I'm okay with growing slowly. That's fine with me. So I'm going to try that, but I'm going to look at it as like I'm fishing for my viewers or hunting for my viewers, and I'm going to do you use Canva? I don't use Canva. I use PixArt right now because it's free on my phone. So I use PixArt right now. I'm okay with it, but you put up 20 lives and then you're seeing the same stuff on your PixArt. You don't want to put the same stuff up there. So I try to change it up. But I probably, once I get my iMac or my iMac Pro computer, my laptop. I was going to get a desktop, but I think I want the laptop so I could take it up to my camp with me and stuff like that and do editing and stuff when I'm up there. Because sometimes when I'm up at camp, I'm not fishing because it's storming or raining out, and I could have it and edit. So once I get my MacBook, I think I'm gonna go and do something like Canva or something like that, and have it on my computer so I can use that. Canva is free as well. Okay, or like a DaVinci or something like that in Filmora, then size them in Canva. Okay. You heard to use all 500 tag words. Yeah, that would be tough to do. All 500 tag words. I know my descriptions right now in my videos because of my affiliate links and everything. I think my descriptions are 5,000 words or 5,000 characters, and I'm always right at that limit when I'm doing my descriptions of my videos because of all the channels I have linked, all my links and everything like that. So I'm at the the very bottom of the list there. I always fill all the tag characters. Oh, you do always fill the tag characters. Okay. And that's 500, or is that how what is the tags? How many tags can you put on 500 characters on that? When I tag, I usually do 6 to 10. And that's just coming off the top of my head and what I can think of. But I guess if you're doing a search, you get way more than that. And I guess I fill them as well. It's 500. Okay. So I should probably tag the crap out of my videos then. I think maybe I'll try that also. And this is why I do the 500 characters. And this is why I like doing these lives. These just the chatting lives is learning things like that. People that are on here can learn new things, and people can teach people. It's easy. Use the same 300, then do the last 200 based on title. Okay. Yeah, Dominic, I'm gonna have to talk to you about some stuff too, I guess, because you know a lot of stuff about this, which I don't. Three number in description. Three number in description. Yeah, three in description. That's probably the hyperlinks that I'm talking about. Is that correct, Daniel? The ones that they hyperlink, or the three hashtags in the title? I think that's what it is. Yeah, I got all my books here. You can see my books here. Correct. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. At least I got something right. I don't know about the numbers. Tell me more. Hashtags. I don't know about the hashtags. Tell me more. I don't understand. Okay, in your video, and Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Just step in and say no, you're wrong or something. But what I believe and what I've researched with YouTube is you can use up to 15 hashtags on your video. Okay, that's the hashtag whatever you're using. Okay, and like hashtag bass fishing, hashtag bait making, stuff like that. Well, I do that, and the first three hashtags that you use get moved up under your title. And if you look on your YouTube channel, when you look at your video, you'll see the title of your video, and then you'll see three hashtags under that. That's the three. YouTube takes those three and they hyperlink those three hashtags. I guess that means that's the most pushed hashtags on your video that YouTube uses. But they will look at. Yeah, I'm in the house, Uncle Gary. That's my Uncle Gary there. What's up? Thanks for coming in. Honestly, if you do all everyone just said, let's see what you said. Honestly, if you do all everyone just said with your live videos, you will get seen because your engagement score is awesome. Okay. Yeah, I thought my engagements were in the description 15. I do three. Yeah, you can. And those three, you just get the hyperlink. I'd use the three plus the whatever, 12 in my description that don't get hyperlinked, but they're still in my description. Now, Dominic saying hi to my uncle. So I didn't know that until I researched what the hashtags were all about, and they said that YouTube hyperlinks three of them, and that's the three that are under your title. So the first three hashtags you put in your video, your description, get hyperlinked. That's the ones that I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, that's the one like their location. And I guess if you put hashtags in, I've seen this too, and correct me if I'm wrong. When I put my hashtags in, if I put a location in, it just hyperlinks that location and not the hashtags. So I don't put my location in just for that reason. So I don't know. Did I freeze up? Am I good now or what? Okay, it's buffering. Yeah, so my connection's probably goofy right now for some reason. Let me know if I'm back to normal again. Good now. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's my connection here and where I live at. My internet stinks. We don't have any kind of LED or whatever the heck they call that stuff. I can't even remember what the heck that internet. We don't have fast internet here where I live. So sorry about that, guys. I really am sorry about that, but I can't do too much about it. But yeah, so the hyperlinks, if everybody can still hear me, the hyperlinks is what YouTube pushes, and I believe that's correct. Unfortunately, we have 5G. I got 5G too, but I don't have the what's the fiber? Yeah, fiber optic. That's it, Jay. That's it, Jason. Fiber optic. We don't have fiber optic here. Orange 22. What's up, Dave? How are you, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate you. That's another great channel, guys. Orange 22. You should go check them out. Dave is very knowledgeable about fishing in general, but he's really taking it to the next level with the snakehead fishing. If anybody's interested in that snakehead fishing, I'm interested in it now. I'm going to start doing the bowfin where I'm at because that's all I have. Up here, I don't have the snakehead, but when I go down to Florida to meet up with Trey from GNRF, hopefully Orange 22 will be there and they can take me snakehead fishing. So is Yo. Yeah, so I want to do the snakehead fishing with them, and he's really knowledgeable, and he's putting the time and effort into letting other people know about the snakeheads. And he believes, and I believe too, that snakehead fishing is going to be like bass fishing soon. It's going to be like the next money fish. You don't use any hashtag except for the shorts. Yeah, definitely. I would use them in your videos too. Definitely, without a doubt, I would do the hashtags in there. Yeah, it looks like it's getting sunny out now. It was cold here today. It was chilly, and it was really windy, so something came through. Maybe it's leaving now. But it's getting sunny out. But yeah, I have to go to my uncle's funeral in the morning, so question, how do you determine what size bed jig to use? I use the lightest jig weight possible that I can get away with. Now, that all depends on the wind, what's blowing your line above the water, because that wind will blow your bait out of the bed. So use a heavy enough jig. Oh, Ned? Okay. And then same thing for a Ned. It would be the jig head that will stay in place for you. If you throw, and I do this like as a test, you got wind, you got current, your boat movement. If your boat's stationary or anchored, you throw your line out in the water, and the wind will push your line, which will pull that bait off of the bed or pull that bait across the bottom of the lake. So you want a weight that will keep it in place. So you got to play with it a little bit. You got to add weight. You'll be changing up a little bit for the conditions you're fishing. If it's a calm day, you could probably use a lighter net head. 20 foot of height of water on gravel and rock. Yeah, I mean 3/16 is a good one. I would start out with like a quarter, 3/16 or something like that, Daniel, and try that. And then as, like you said, the conditions, the current of the water, see if your bait's moving without you doing anything. And if your bait's moving or the wind's pushing your line and pulling your bait away or out of the beds, go with a little heavier. Just increase it by like a couple ounces every time. But you need a couple size jig heads. You need a couple different weights for that. Like me, sometimes I use 3/16, 7/8. Now you go to half ounce, you can go an ounce. That's not for the Neds. That's for me, like flipping. My dad just passed away last week in Wyoming. I'm sorry to hear that, man. My condolences. Sorry to hear that. That's a tough situation, and I'm really sorry about that. Veterans National Cemetery in Cheyenne. July 1st. Okay. I bought 316s. I'm glad you recommend. Yeah, I think the 316s is a great all around weight for starting out. I think it'll hold its place with some wind. It's not too heavy where you can't feel the fish biting. So I would start out with the 316ths and then eventually get, a couple smaller ones, a couple bigger ones, and then you'll know what you need for the conditions as you start using them. Uh, and that's just from getting experience in throwing the Ned rig. Sorry to hear that, Tony. Yeah. So you'll just get your experience, on the lake. You know how anything new, you got to test it out and try it and research it and experience it for yourself. But time on the water will be your best teacher in conditions. So I would say 3/16. I would recommend the 3/16 starting out. If you didn't have any other weights, 3/16 would probably be the weight that I would buy first. And then for Ned rigging too, my pig sticks, I have the 5-inch pig sticks. So what you can do is you can buy a pack of the pig sticks, or you can do this with any stick bait. Really, I'm just saying that because I sell the pig sticks and I make them. I went to Z-Man. Yeah, Z-Man is top of the line plastic. And you didn't go wrong by buying Z-Man. They're awesome baits. Really awesome baits. 6 cents makes a pretty good bait too. But my pig sticks, my 5-inch pig sticks, what I do is I cut them in half. So I have a 2.5-inch Ned rig. Sometimes I cut them a little lower. It depends on what the fish want. And you can mess around, but my one pack of, what is it? I think I have 10 or 12 in my pack. And you can turn them into a 24 pack of Ned rigs if you cut them in half with scissors. You have you get 2.5-inch worms, and you cut them right in the middle of the body, and that's the tip, and you have the tail. So you could do that. That's what I do with mine. Also grabbed one pack of Guggen rattling nets. Yep, they're awesome too. Guggen's all everybody rants and raves about Guggen. I don't use Guggen yet, but I have a box full of Guggen baits in my bedroom that I'm going to be using. Don't ask me why they're in my bedroom, but I keep all my baits in the corner of my room, and then I take them down to my my cedar room. I call it. It's like my tackle room, but they're still in there and they're in the packages still. But I don't have any Ned rig Guggen Neds, but I have like the toads and the worms and all that cool stuff from Guggen. But I never tried them. But this year I'm going to try them. I'll probably do a video on the Guggen baits. I'm a little late with that because everybody does videos with the Guggen baits, but I'm going to probably still make a video using the Guggen baits, like the trench hogs and stuff like that. So, but yeah, 3/16 is good. Will they do anything on walleye or perch up Erie? The pig sticks, I would probably say not so much with the walleye and perch. The perch, you get the jumbo perch up in Erie. I would stick with the smaller minnow style baits. Uh, but I have those bang bang shad. Straight to the point. What's up, Bobby? How are you, bud? Thanks for coming in. Uh, the bang bang shad I have, they're 4-inch. That'll definitely catch walleye on it up at Erie. The perch is kind of I would go more of a grub tail, like a 2-inch grub tail for the perch, especially for those jumbos because they're like smallmouth up there. Um, so I would go with a grub style lure for the perch. Uh, but the walleye, definitely the bang bang shad I have will definitely catch you walleye up there. This is all new to me. I've only fished bass 2 or 3 times. I've never fished soft plastic. Well, I think you got a lot of. I think you have some soft plastics from me, from my 1,000 subscriber giveaway that you did. So you should have a box full of plastics that you can try, or give away whatever you want to do with them. Okay, Ted, got to run. Take care. Have a good. All right, Bob. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Perch eat anything, and yeah, you would know that. I don't perch fish much. Now I'll go up to Erie, and we'll use umbrella rigs, and I think we put minnows on them, and we catch perch like that. That's why I was referring to like a grub or something. It's sort of like a minnow imitation if you're throwing a lure. I'm sure small Rapala minnows and things like that will catch perch also. But I would probably start out with a soft plastic, would be sort of like a grub on a grub end, or a small swim bait. But yeah, the bang bang shad, that size is a really good size for bass. Now, like I said, I was talking to Daniel a little bit earlier about the bigger sizes. I definitely want to get the bigger sizes. I'd like to get a 6-inch paddle tail, 8-inch, and like he was talking about, a 10 or 11-inch paddle tail for muskie. And the 8-inch could be used for muskie too, especially in the spring. Smaller baits in the spring are usually good. I'll go with I got a ton of your plastics. I think you rig them on a worm hook with a bullet. Yes, you can do that, or you can fish them wacky style with an O-ring. Definitely, Daniel. You can do that, and you can hit me up, and I can show you how I do it, or on my live sometime. Well, what I'll do tomorrow, Daniel, when I'm on my live, is if you're on there, remind me about showing you how I rig my wacky rigs up, and I will show you, or if I remember, I will do it for you on my live tomorrow. That way, you have an idea of what I use. I don't. You can buy the O rings, yeah, wacky style. That means right in the middle. Uh, if you wait a second, give me 1 second. I'll go grab it right now and then I'll show you. So just give me like 1 minute and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right. So I'm back. So what did I miss? Let's see here. I'll show you guys this. I had to get another iced tea too, so that was a good thing. So did I miss anything in here? Wacky. Okay, so I'll go with the wacky style first, Daniel, to show you, okay? So let me go with, let me put these down here. I don't want my dogs stepping on this hook here. Let me put these right here on the ground here. Okay, so I will show you. I fished with JV. He caught a big pike, big boy. On one of your crawls, and I think I fished it weightless or something. Okay. So, yeah, you fished. I think he caught them on my grass donkeys, is what I make. So this is my pig stick, okay? This is a warm colored. It has copper flake in it. And what I mean by wacky style is this right here. This is how you rig it. So it looks like this. So what I use is I use a wide gap 1/0 hook, and that's right here. And I use red just because I like to use the red hook. So that is the wide gap hook right there. This is a Gamakatsu. I use vector hooks too, wacky style hooks. But this, I just grabbed this to show you guys. That's a wide gap hook right there. That's 1/0. Okay. And then you have an O-ring. See that O-ring right there? That's an O-ring. Now they have O-rings for wacky style. You can buy them. I feel that they're too loose. Okay. So what I do, I use a O-ring. It's a faucet washer from Home Depot or Lowe's or your department or hardware store. It's a number 5 faucet washer. Faucet washer. It's a faucet washer, usually for the handles. Okay, so it's a number 5. What I do is I wet it. I stick it on the worm like this. Okay, and I roll it up the worm. And I roll it all the way. I'm trying to get you so you can see this. I roll it up to the middle of the worm. So right there, you have the O-ring in the middle of the worm. Okay, right there. Okay, then all you do, you don't run it through the plastic. This saves your plastics too. You put the hook just into the O-ring, not into the bait itself, just the O-ring. And that's how it looks, just like that. Now I gotta move this over, it's exactly in the center. So right there, and that's how you wacky style. So when it falls in the water, you get this action like that, and it falls down like this. Usually when it falls though, the hook will be like this, because the hook weighs a little more. Now, the baits that I make, they're not salted on some of them. So this worm has a tendency to float. But when you have the hook on it without the salt in it, now I do make salt specific for wacky style because salt adds the weight. And the worm will fall before the hook. But if it's lighter, the hook will fall before the worm. Like that, okay? That's what you want right there. So now, when that fish bites this lure doesn't come off. This will slide up the hook, slide up on your line, and your line will be up here and your hook's down here. So this line's attached to your hook, and this worm won't really slide up your line, and you don't lose your bait. You have your fish hooked without the bait in the mouth for the fish to throw it. You have just the hook in the fish's mouth, and your bait slides up. If you look at my videos, you do lose some still, but you lose less this way if that O-ring is tight on your bait. If this O-ring is real loose, that worm will just slide right out of the O-ring, and you'll have the hook with the O-ring on it. And that's what you'll get back, and you'll lose your bait. So if people were fishing my baits wacky style, I like them to mention that to me, because then I load it up with salt. So it makes a weight. Now, when you add salt to it, it takes away from the action of your lure. This has no salt in it. You see how that just flaps? It's really gummy. When I add salt to this, it stiffens up. You cast that out and jig it back. What I do, Daniel, is I throw this out. I let it sink. As it sinks, see how it's doing this? It'll move like this. It'll actually, when it's sinking, it like goes like this. It floats down like this. Okay, so it looks like a dying fish. This doesn't relate to a worm. A fish don't see worms floating in the water like this. This relates to a dead fish, basically. And it's floating, but it's got some movement to it. So the water, as it's floating, it vibrates down like this. And then the fish take it and you hook it. I don't jig them. I'll throw them out. I let them sink. Then I'll take my rod and I'll reel a little bit and I'll lift it up off the bottom and I'll lift it up in the air and then let it come down in free fall. And then I will reel it a little bit. I'll lift it up and I'll let it free fall. Then if I don't get a hit on one or two of them, yes, you can have sand. I have an additive that I put in there, and it still messes with your bait. The stiffness, it adds a little bit of stiffness to the bait, Daniel. So you don't have this see how it like bends down. If you add salt, this would probably stick up a little bit straighter, and it wouldn't have as much action. So what I do to counteract that is, did you ever see the peg weights they have? They have little stick weights. They look like a finishing nail. You put that in right under the O-ring, the weight, and then you let that go down, and that way you don't have to have salt in your baits. I think salt is just a weight additive. I mean, I guess people think it's a scent thing too, so people like salted baits. Half the baits you get salted don't have salt in them. They have salt on the outside of them. So when you throw it out one time, the salt's washed off and you're done. But Senkos put salt. They put a quarter cup of salt in each cup of plastic. And I tried that method. Believe me, I've researched it. I wanted to get them exactly like a Senko. But to be honest with you, I still fish Senkos also. Because there'll be times when this worm that I make doesn't get as many hits as the Senko, and vice versa. So I tell everybody, I don't just use my pig sticks when I fish. I want to catch fish too, and if they're not biting on my pig sticks, I'll go with the Senko. It just seems like they want the Senko that day and not this lure. So, but then there's other days where they don't want the Senko and they want this lure. So it's just a matter of testing it out. But I'll be the first to tell you that I don't just use my baits. I use other soft plastics on the market. So that's one way I do that, Daniel. And so I did show you that, the O-ring, but a number 5 washer, faucet washer, or you can go online and get a wacky style ring. There's many different styles out there. There's a double ring that has a hook through, a loop through it, like a saddle. You can use that. I like using this. It's basic, it's cheap, and that you don't lose your baits as much with this system. If your O-ring is too loose on your worm will slide right out of this. Like this. It'll just come right off of there in the water. and it'll be end up you'll reel your line in, and this is what you'll have on your line, just like this. That's what you'll see. So, and then you have to put another worm on. So that's just my experience with using it, and that's I found that to work out the best for me. So so you guys know. Now there's another way to rig my pig sticks up. You cut the bait for the Ned rigs as well. Yes, I can. You can cut them right in half. You just cut them in half, and then you have two Ned rigs. If you cut it right here, then you have a 2.5 inch Ned rig on each side. You can use, this is for the head, this is for the head. Now, if you like that tail, you're going to lose the tail. So if you cut it, I use the back part first with the tail, and then you can use the thicker part for another Ned rig. If the fish are biting, they're going to bite it if the tail's on or not. So you can use both of them that way. Now, another way I do it, this is a 1/0 EWG hook right here, okay? And this is how I rig this whack, because a wacky rig is not weedless. You can buy wacky weedless hooks, but I don't like them. I don't use wacky. If I'm going wacky style, it's wacky without weedless. I don't like it. I think the percentage of hookups are way better without a weedless hook on. That's just my opinion. Now, if you were gonna rig this Senko or this pig stick up with this hook weedless, what I do is I take it and I take it right down the front. Okay, and this worm's a little beat up because I used it before. You take it right, see the tip of that hook right there? You put that hook into that bend right there. You pull the hook out, pull it through. I go down to where I want to pinch it at to see where that hook's going through at. And then I'll do this for you right here. And then I pinch it, and then I put the hook through it, through the bait, like this. Pull it up through. Put my worm on the hook like this so it's through, so you don't see even the eye of the hook. You got your bait on there like this. See how that hook's right on here right now? It's pretty weedless right now, but what I do is I take the front of this, I push it to the front, and I pin that hook under that. So now you can rub your finger across the top of that hook and you don't get caught. Now if you take it out of there and you rub your finger, it gets caught on that hook, and that's where you're going to catch your weeds, if you could see that. So I push this forward, put it into the plastic a little bit, and then it's completely weedless. And you can add a weight on here, or you can fish this weightless. And that's how I fish the pig sticks weightless like that. And that's a good when you have weeds and you want to throw this bait into the weeds, and this pulls right through the weeds. And you can do the same method. You let it sink to the bottom, and then you lift it up off of the weeds, and that will come up in the air, and it'll float back down. And usually it's floating this way because it's a little front heavy, and it floats this way, and you get some tail movement, and it goes back to the bottom of the lake, and then you pick it back up again, and then let it fall back down, and it comes right through the weeds. Perfect. Sometimes I don't put weight on this at all, and I just use it like that and let the weight of the worm work through there if I want a slow presentation. If you want it to get to the bottom quicker, if you have a windy day, add a 3/16 1/4 ounce weight on the top bullet weight with that, with a bullet stop on your line, and you're good to go. And that's how I fish most of my stuff that way. So if anybody has any other questions, please feel free to ask. And that's, like I said, I'm not saying it's 100% the correct way to do things. It's just the way that I do things on the way I fish. You might have a better method, and I'd like to know it. You know what I mean? So I put stuff out there just because I use it and it works for me. Something that works for me might not work for you, or it might not be your style. So I take all criticism fine. If you say, yeah, you don't like that, that's fine with me. That's your choice. But I use this. Now, this is one of my off-the-hook grubs. I got a hair on it, okay, dog hair on it. But there's one of my off-the-hook grubs. That's clear plastic, and that has purple glitter in it, okay? And that's the twin tail. This is also a great bait for punching mats, grass mats, and all that, and putting a weight on it. So what I do with this also is I put the hook through here, just like that. I come through with it, push it down. I figure out where it's going to come out at. I put the hook through it, like that. Put the hook up through, come out of the top, and I can't get it through here for some, here we go. Get it through there, push my bait up over top of the line. I like to keep it like that. Put my hook through it and come up, probably right about there. And then that thing is, see how it's not it's weedless, but it's not weedless. I can still feel that. So I take it, I push it through and get it under there so it's completely weedless. And that is the twin tail, my off the hook grub, and I can punch mats, or you can slow roll this through the weeds and his tail just goes like this through the weeds. So that's another good setup there. And the tip of your hook, your eyes right there, and that's how I fish this. And I'll put a 1/2 ounce weight on here or a 1 ounce weight, and I'll punch grass mats so this goes straight down through. And when it goes straight down, this tail's connected. When it goes straight down through, you can imagine his tail just flapping around as it goes down. Hey, Lee Evans Catfishing. Thank you, sir, for coming in. I'm just explaining some of my baits and how I rig them, buddy. I'm doing a live tomorrow at 7. You're welcome to stop in. If you don't have anything to do, stop in and check out my live. 7 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow evening. I'll be making baits for Living MN, and I'll have Sunfish King up with me. We're going to be talking trout fishing. I'll be doing giveaways with some trout lures, buddy. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. So yeah, Daniel, if you need to know if you want to know anything, and like I said, I'm not saying it's the 100% correct way. I may show you something that you don't know. You may show me something I don't know, and that's the beauty of the community, is learning off of everybody. So I really appreciate people teaching other people things, and that's why I do it myself. But yeah, that works for me right there. Got my iced tea going. I'm not sponsored by Pure Leaf, but I sure do drink a lot of it. I actually have to cut back on my iced tea. I drink a lot of iced tea during the day, but I don't drink anything bad for myself. So I drink water, iced tea, unsweetened iced tea, and that's about it. I'll be checking in a lot. No, that's fine, dude. I love doing that. I love, like, if you have any questions or anything, you can call me up or text me or whatever you want to do, and I will give you my opinion or my thoughts on everything. It's 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe. I went 7 p.m. JJ or Jason on my channel. 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Because I plan it's going to probably be a little bit longer, so I went a little earlier. Usually I start at 8 o'clock if I do a live, but I feel that this live is going to be a little longer, so I went with 7 Eastern just to give me that extra hour on it, and I probably won't. I might get finished with all of Daniel's baits that night. Tomorrow night, I might not. But we're going to be talking a lot about trout fishing and things like that. Then that's going to probably be about the last. No, on mine tonight. I'm releasing it. Oh, okay, JJ. I'm sorry. So you're having a premiere tonight, or you're just doing a video release tonight at 8 o'clock? If you have a premiere, I'll definitely stop in. I know Dark 30 Outdoors is doing a watch and grow. He does a live every Wednesday at 8:30. So that's something for somebody to get into. And he will, if you want your video played, and that might be something for you, Jason. If you want your video played, it's a premiere. Like after your premiere starts at 8 o'clock. But before that, if you go to Dark 30 Outdoors, like now during the day, and you say that you want your video keyed up on his channel, you could share your video with him on in his chat, and then he will put your video up. Hey, Ryan Smith, what's up? He will put your video and run your video that night, and the people that are in the chats will hook set you if they want to follow you. So that helps your channel grow also. So that's something you might want to do and check out. There's a lot of channels out there to do it. I know Sunfish King does it. I don't do it because I don't share screens, or I don't know how to do that on my phone or anything. You can't do it, I don't think, from your phone. But I don't have a computer yet. I've been doing good, Ryan. How are you, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Hit that like button. And so JJ, definitely go to Dark 30 Outdoors' video. Tell him that Off the Hook sent you over. Ted from Off the Hook. He knows me. We're good friends. We're doing a collab this year. And put your video in there. And he will key it up tonight and play it. Now, he's been getting all of them in at night. Now, I don't know how many are keyed in on it today, but I'm sure if he has a ton of them, he can't do them all in one night, but you'd be keyed up for the next time. But I'm pretty sure if you go in today and you go in and tell him that you'd like your thing shared out tonight, he'll do that at 8:30 for you tonight, along with other channels. And then you get in there and you're meeting people and you're, hook setting other channels that interest you. But one thing is, when you're doing that, is you definitely want to go. My kid's Wednesday night program ends tonight. I'll be able to make his lives from now on. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. But you go in there, you hook set people that you like. When you do that, you want to definitely make a comment. Like the video, watch as much of the video as you can. If you can't not, do it all, watch it all. So you're locked in there as a hook set, and make a comment, and a good comment if you can, not just like thumbs up or like nice video. And I'm the victim of that too. Sometimes I don't have time, but I watch a video and I'll say nice video, and that's it. But lately, I've been trying to go in and make multiple comments on people's videos that I support, and like watch the video. And during the video, I'll go in and make. There's the link right there, Jason. Thanks, living up. Thanks, Daniel, for doing that for me. But you go in there and I'll watch the video, and as the video is playing, I'll comment. So I'll have multiple comments on a video, and that helps the algorithm. That helps with your interaction of your channel. So please go do that. But definitely get into Kyle's live tonight. I believe it'll help you out a lot, and you'll be able to meet new people and things like that. And Jason, your channel is a great channel, so you shouldn't have any problem with getting hook sets and people following you. And you're a great guy, and you'd mingle and you'd fit right in with the community. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, definitely it'd be nice to see you tonight. Off the hook, been waiting for me to be a special guest. Yeah, I will have you up at some point. It's just I'm so busy right now with things and orders and stuff like that. So, but I will definitely have you up soon to be a guest. I'll be doing a live tomorrow, Ryan, at 7 o'clock Eastern. If you want to come up, I won't be able to probably put you up on panel, but you can come in and check us out. I'll be making baits for Living MN Outdoors, and I'm going to have Sunfish King up on my channel. We're going to be talking about trout. So if that's something that interests you, please stop in and say hello. But yeah, Daniel, I'm excited about that. You're like starting bass fishing, so it's like me starting over again too, in a way where I can help you out wherever I can, and hopefully it works for you, and you learn something from it, and hopefully I can learn something from you. And I have already. Your videos are great. Your ice fishing videos are off the hook. No pun intended, but they're off the hook. So, but yeah, I'm going to be posting with my fish brain stuff this year. I got some Fishaholic gear that I got that I'm going to be sporting in my videos this year. They sent me a bunch of stuff over, hats and shirts and things like that. They sent me their sunglasses. Iowa Trapper, what's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate that. I watched your video last night. You're short. I don't think he wants to be a guest. I don't think he wants you to be. Yeah, I ain't going to be able to have you up as a guest, Ryan, tomorrow. But I will definitely get you up in the future. But if you want to come over and check it out, come over and stop in and mingle in the chat. That would be awesome. Iowa Trapper, I watch him. He has like 10,000 coon hides. I was like, Jesus, he has so many coon hides that he worked on. I don't know how he got all them finished. But he has a really cool channel. So go check out Iowa Trapper if you haven't, if you're interested in anything like that. But the guy is a beast. He has so many coon pelts hanging up. He gave some crazy number. I think it was 800. And I asked him last night, I'm like, do you wait to sell them? Because like I don't know nothing about the business. I'm interested in it, but I don't do it myself. And I do follow a lot of trapping channels out there because it's really cool, like Mark J. Larson, Iowa Trapper, PA Hunting and Trapper, things like that. And it's really interesting. Boxy Outdoors does a lot of good things for the kids and everything. But I didn't know how the market is for them. If like there's a certain time of the year you have to wait to sell them, do the prices go up and down? How does it fluctuate if you wait? And then he commented back that if you wait, you could be taking a risk. So I guess you want to move your furs as quickly as possible. And that's something that I just learned last night from me commenting and from him saying something back to me on that. So I appreciate that. But it's very interesting. Laugh out loud. I appreciate it. Took the afternoon off to take good picture. Yeah, he had so many raccoons hanging up. I'm like, I don't think Iowa has a raccoon left in Iowa. So all the nuisance raccoons are taken care of, courtesy of Iowa Trapper. Gotta head out. I'll try to tune in for Living MN. All right, Bobby, thank you for coming in, buddy. I hope you enjoy your baits. There's Native Wildman. Hey, buddy, did you get your baits that I sent you yet? Native, I don't know if you got them yet. Bob Barker ruined the fur trade. Yeah. It's a gamble whenever you do. Tomorrow, the price could be double or be zero. Yeah, that's tough, man. I got to give it to you guys. You do take a gamble all the time. Like Mark J. Larson, when I watched his video and he went with his coyote, I almost I was shocked with the prices they were giving him for them felts. All the work you put into it. I think it was like 25 bucks a pelt, and I was like, man. I remember back in the day, people loved doing that. They were making good money at doing that. But I hope it's not going away. Not you check after work. Not yet. I'll check after work. Okay. Yeah, I sent them. I think 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago. So you should have them at least by Friday if they're not there now. Um, but yeah, the trapping. I mean, you put ton of work into that, and you would think that the furs would be up, for demand. But I don't know how that works out, and it's a shame. I'm glad that there's so many trappers in the community to keep that alive, and that's why I support the trapping community to help keep it alive. Set on Sign, Boxy, Iowa Trapper, a lot of the trappers out there, they're doing Mark J. Larson. They're doing a great thing. Yeah, and I guess you can't even trap for a living anymore. You know what I mean, Daniel? Because it's such a gamble. Who did you use to ship? I used the pirate ship. I shipped them out. I used USPS to put my postal service. What I always do, and usually they're really good at getting them there. So they're set on sign. Speaking of set on sign in the trapping business, he just has been putting out some videos that I've been watching. He does the Duke traps. He was doing a giveaway, and I think Mark J. Larson won that. He was having some issues going live, and I commented if he needed any help going live that I could help him out. So if you have any questions, you can let me know. Or in here in the chat, Daniel is really good at it from Living MN. There's a few people in there that can help you. Yeah, but Iowa Trapper had a ton of coons. It was really cool. $40 and $50 a pelt. Wow. Can you imagine that, having 800 coons pelts and selling them for $40 and $50? You could quit your job. But yeah, that's a shame, and I don't want that. I'm hoping it's not dying off because of everything going on. I would really like to see that make a rebound for people, for the people to do that and people that need it for living. You know what I mean? I mean, some people are still in that set where they need to trap furs and sell them to buy food and buy things for themselves to live. So I hope that doesn't go away, and I would try to do it. Pontoon Jody, thank you for coming in. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. I'm going to work at 2 o'clock today, so. But yeah, so I'm doing a live tomorrow at 7 Eastern. If anybody would like to stop in, that would be awesome. The more people, the better. I wish it was like that today, but sadly it's dying off. The new world believes trapping is cruel, couldn't be further from the truth. SpaghettiOs and meatballs. I like the beefaronis, Jody. My favorite was the beefaroni. Yeah, that's just a shame that it's dying off, and I hope you guys get that back. And YouTube, it seems like it's strong in the YouTube community, but I just can't get over the prices. My favorite is, yeah, the beefaroni is my favorite. I used to do beefaroni when I make my own garlic bread, and I wouldn't eat just one can. And I'm sorry to admit this, I'd put 2 or 3 cans together, and then I'd have like a half a loaf of garlic bread with it. But yeah, I remember those days eating the beefaronis. I haven't had beefaroni in a while. I might have to go buy some now. I wasn't a real big SpaghettiOs fan, but I was definitely a ravioli and a beefaroni fan. Chef Boyardee was my choice. I have a friend that traps. Yeah, so I don't know. So what do you think, Iowa? It hurts. That hurts as well. No kids want to get into it. There's no money in it. Yeah, and that's why I like supporting the boxies of the group. Could not figure out how to start a scheduled live stream. If you start a scheduled, it's scheduled already, then you should have a message in your live stream box, and you go press that message, and it'll bring you to your live stream. Like me, I did the live stream today, straight on YouTube, and I scheduled it. It was like 11:10 when I was doing it, and I scheduled it for 11:30. So it comes up 15 minutes before on your channel, and then you go, and there's a message. It's almost like an inbox for your for the StreamYard, and you go hit that inbox, and that's your live, and you go on there, and then it'll say start live. PETA, what are they saying here? But the no, I don't want to hide the user. Cancel. Let's see what it says. I love Bush's baked beans. Yeah, Bush's baked beans are pretty good too. That hurts as well. Yeah, and that's why I like Boxy. He's getting the kids into it. I'm sure you guys are trying to help as well with Boxy, with him doing it, and I'm sure you guys probably have something going on your channels. Roll the beautiful bean footage. So, I hope that Boxy is making sort of an impact on these kids. I know Jakey Crack Outdoors has a Facebook group, and he is doing giveaways and trying to get the kids involved with pictures and things like that. I actually donated to their channel, Jakey Crack, for his giveaways for the kids because trapping season is up. And skunk scent is still worth some money. Yeah. Who wants to get a skunk? I wouldn't even know the first thing to do with a skunk, man. That would be crazy. I remember when I was camping one year, there was a few skunks that were raiding our campsite. And I remember my grandpa, I can't do it either, set on sign. Yeah, but that's the same way. But I remember my grandpa, when he was living off the hook, I like fresh fish I catch. Yep, that's cool. And there was skunks raiding our campsite, and had a softball and a glove, and we were catching and stuff. And a skunk got on top of the picnic table, and I never forget this. And I threw the softball and hit the skunk in the face and killed it. Okay. And it sprayed everything when it died. Like when I hit it, it sprayed. And there was watermelon and food on the picnic table. And I killed this skunk and it just sprayed everything. We could hardly even sleep in the tents that night. We had to sleep in our vehicles with the windows shut. It was hard to breathe. It was nasty. And yeah, we get a skunk around the house every once in a while. And I let my dogs out. And I told my wife recently, turn the light on outside first and let the garage door. Don't let the dogs run out first because if they get sprayed by a skunk, I actually had a camp up in New York, Chautauqua Lake, and I had a trailer, and I had the Amish put a deck on my trailer. It was a 15 by 30 deck, and it overlooked Lake Erie. It was beautiful. And I sold that and bought a house in Edinburgh. But I was under the deck fixing it one day, and there was a nest of skunks under it. And the babies sprayed my legs. And I just felt something wet on my leg for like a split second. Then it went away. And then I got the smell. And I had to go to a birthday party that night. I was meeting my wife up at Pymatuming, and it's about a half hour away for a birthday party. And I got sprayed by a skunk. And I had to go to the store like that. Hey, Mike's Fishing Home. Thanks for coming in, bud. I appreciate that. Going back to earlier, does wacky rigging get stuck a lot if you were bank fishing with exposed hook? Yes, a wacky rig is not weedless, and you can get stuck a lot on the bottom with the hook and everything. That's why there's sort of like a technique to that. You throw it out, you don't let it go all the way to the bottom. You let it hit. You don't let it hit the bottom and pull it up. If there's weeds and stuff like that, hey Ray, how are you, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Hey, everyone just tuned in, but no sound of the deer mount. Thank you. I appreciate that. Here, I'll show you right there. There's the deer mount right there. That's one of them. I have a few of them here. And so the wacky style is not weedless. But I don't like using a weedless hook. I think the hookup ratio is a little bit tougher to get with a wacky style and weedless for me. So I'll either go weedless and deal with the weeds, or I will. And on my videos, you'll see that. You'll see me pulling weeds off it all the time. But that's where the fish are, and I like fishing a wacky rig that way. Or I'll go weedless, like a stick bait, like I showed you guys. Sort of like my stick baits that I weedless with it, like this. And I put my hook in it so it's weedless on top. The bait's on top. The hook's in the bait a little bit, and that is, you can pull that through anything. Hey, Deer Slayer, thanks for coming in. Hit the like button. Thanks, Set on Sign. I appreciate that. But yeah, that's how I fish it, weedless. I get a lot of weeds on mine, but I pull them off. I feel that for me, it's better. So, but yeah, the skunk thing, I had to go, and I went and I got lemons, and I got tomatoes and stewed tomatoes, and I was rubbing them on my legs and rubbing lemons on my legs. Yeah, I got it down pretty much. I took multiple showers with soap and stuff like that, but I got it off. But I was in my truck driving, and I could still smell it. So I don't know if the babies have less of a scent gland than an adult. If I would have got sprayed by an adult, I probably would have stunk for a month. But I don't know how that works with the skunks and their glands when they're babies or not, if they're more potent when they're older or younger, I don't know. So Raymond's watching Smile. It may be down to you, but trust me, everybody else can smell it. Yeah, I'm sure, buddy. Yeah, because I was smelling it the whole time. Yeah, I went there and my wife said that. She's like, "You stink," and I'm like, "Well, sorry." And everybody made a joke about it, and then everybody hung up on the fire. Can you read lips? Laugh out loud. I don't know like sign language or anything like that I could talk to Raymond like that since his volume. If your volume isn't working, Ray, you probably might have to jump back out and then jump back in. That might be the key. Sometimes that I do that when I join lives. My sound's really low, or the I don't have any sound at all, and I have to completely leave StreamYard and YouTube or whatever, and then come back in. That's funny. So, what do you do when you catch a skunk? Like, have you ever had any? Did you guys ever have the link? I have a bait store set on sign. I have an off the hook Facebook page. I didn't make I didn't want to pay for the channel or for my website, so I just put it on Facebook, which I do pretty well at that. So it's on my Facebook off the hook page. I think Ted just told me to shove the slow net to you where I am, right? Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a call. No problem, Daniel. No problem at all. But off the hook, can't wait for my baits to be ready. Yeah, I got to make you some kind of yellow lure. We'll have to talk when I'm ready to make them. You'll have to get a hold of me and we'll discuss on what you want. But I'm making Daniel's baits from Living MN this Thursday on my live, so that'll be cool. But how do you, if you go up to a skunk and it's alive, I guess you dispatch it. But how do you deal with the smell and that close, and how do you handle a skunk? I have no idea. I've seen people throw bags over skunks for homeowners that throw bags over them and try to catch them. I've seen Game Commission do that, but man, I don't think I could handle that. But set on sign that Facebook off the hook page. I think you have to go like that page. I have a personal page too. It's tedpolanowskijr Jr. I post just as much stuff on there, but my baits are not on there. My baits are on my off the hook page. So it's off the hook outdoors on Facebook if you want to go check out the baits and the pricing. But yeah, them skunks, man, I'd stay away from them. I couldn't deal with them. Orange with golden black flake. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to let me know what style bait you want too in that. If you want the pig sticks, if you want the crawfish, if you want the grass donkeys, if you want the burrow bug, if you want the off the hook grub, if you want the bang bang shad, there's all kinds of different. Heart lung dispatch with the high powered air rifle. 1200. And okay, what I use? No spray at all. No spray at all. Okay. So you use an air rifle. I guess you do that because you don't want to tear up the pelt with like a 22 or something like that, or I guess a 22 is not needed. So you use a higher power BB gun to dispatch them so you don't ruin the pelt. I had, I think, 3 out of 65 do a small spray, the rest no spray at all. Wow, that's definitely cool to know. But I guess you use the power, right? My dad and grandpa had hypodermic needle on a pole and would dispatch them with a chemical. That way they wouldn't spray. No crap. That's awesome. See, I love trapping, but I don't trap, but I'm really interested in it. Crawfish and the grub. The sound of a firearm scares them into spraying. Okay, that makes sense. 22 causes a lot of blood. 170 does the job with the barrel bird. Okay. All right, well, that's good to know. See, I'm learning something here today. That's awesome. Yeah, man, trapping interests me. That's another good way as well with the chemical. That's crazy. What kind of chemical is it? Like a sleeping potion or like some kind of poison? It just puts them to sleep or what? I'm sure it has to be an ethical way. You'd hear all kinds of animal lovers coming after you for doing something wrong to the animal. So I'm sure there has to be a certain chemical or something that dispatches them quickly, I assume. Or maybe it's the stuff that they like put a pet down with or something. I shot to the head. Nervous system will result with spray almost every time. Okay, I shot to the head. Okay. You don't know. You don't know the chemical. Okay. Cool. That's interesting though. Really interesting. That's really cool. So yeah, set on sign. If you want to uh, check me out, or if you want to email me, Joe Nader, I recently a new sub. Where you from? I'm always interested in new baits. I'll check them out on Facebook. Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. And I sell them, and I ship everywhere in the States. I don't try to ship to Canada unless I ship to Canada and Australia, but the customers actually pay for the shipping. Doing it as we speak. Cool. Um, if you want to email me, you can email me, set on time, we can talk. If you want to exchange numbers, that would be cool because I'd really like to talk to you about some things anyway. Um, I appreciate the support. Set on sign did a little shout out video for me, which I wasn't expecting. I really appreciate that. And that's what I try to do with the community. I try to support everybody I can in the most professional and respectful way that I can. I want everybody to do good. I want to keep the cool. I'm from Michigan. Okay, you're from Michigan, and I don't know if you know Joe from Live the Fish. He's also from up in Michigan. He has a channel. That's a good friend of mine also. Live the Fish. I got to roll. Okay, Iowa. Thank you for coming in, bud. We finally got you into one of my lives, so I appreciate that. And I definitely will continue supporting you guys in any way. And if you guys are ever doing giveaways or anything like that, if you need any donations, hit me up. I'll be, I know baits, my fishing baits probably won't go really well with your community, but I'm sure people fish. And if you're doing anything, I could add baits or decals or something like that to your giveaway. So thank you for coming in, man. I really appreciate that. I'll see you. If you can hit the live tomorrow at 7, please do so. Strap on spelled backwards is, yeah, we probably want to take that off of there too. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Thank you, Daniel, for doing that. You were quicker than me. Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of goofs that come in and say stupid stuff. I don't know why people do that, but you'll have that. I don't know how to stop that. But that's what I have good moderators, and I appreciate all my moderators. Coming up here uh, real soon, and I shouldn't be saying this like this, but I am anyway. But I appreciate all my moderators, and I'd really like to do a giveaway or a prize thing for my moderators that I have on the channel. They really do a good job for me in helping out. I definitely follow L2F. Joe has great. Yes, he does have great content. But the moderators do a great job for me, and I appreciate them. So I'm probably going to do something for the moderators. I could give away for the moderators on my channel. If anybody would like to be a moderator on my channel, you could email me and ask me. If I don't know you real well, I probably won't make you a moderator right off the bat. But if you frequent the channel and we start talking and everything, I get to know you, then I have no problem with making mods. I've seen some issues with other channels making everybody mods, and then they get some issues with people are hiding people, or the channel owner doesn't like the moderator timing out certain people and doing things for comments that the channel is okay with comments. So you got to get to know your moderators. That's just another tip that I'm throwing out there. I would recommend you guys getting to be them. I'm a moderator in a lot of channels, and I appreciate that. I like helping people out. So if you'd like to be a moderator, just email me and ask me. I can always go back in. Like said on sign, if you'd like to be a moderator on my channel, I'd love to have you. If you're not already, and I don't know if you are right now, I can do that on here right now. Uh, yeah, and email me, Ryan, if you want to be a moderator. And like I said, I need to know the people. They have to frequent my channel, get to know them, not just come in and say hi and leave and all that stuff. So, once I get to know people, or if I ask you to be a moderator, that's a different thing too. Um, I'm fine with if I ask you and you don't want to do it, that's fine. Just say no, not at this time, or no, thank you, and I'm fine with that. There's just certain people that I want to ask and certain people that I don't. I appreciate everybody being in my lives, but I do need to get to know you before I make you a moderator. So, and I just ask everybody that's in my lives and making comments on my channel, just keep it, please, kid friendly, keep it PG. Don't say nothing stupid. Please don't attack anybody. any other channels on my channel. I don't talk politics or anything like that on my channel. Uh, I don't I don't want to bring that into the community. I try to keep everything positive. So please do the same, and that's all I ask of you. And I'll help you out any way I can if I can. So if you ever have giveaways, any of my people that are in my chats and follow me, if you ever doing giveaways and things like that, please email me and let me know that maybe you'd want something. And if I can do it for you guys, I will definitely go above and beyond what I can do for you. I appreciate everybody in the community. I appreciate what everybody has done for me in the community. I think our community is great. It's a great supporting community. That's why I really love. I take pride in my all the people that I subscribe to and all the people that follow me. I appreciate everybody, and that's just something. Wish I could catch more, but schedule is off. I have to catch replay occasion. Okay, Mike. Thanks for coming in, bud. My 4-year-old watches appreciates family friendly. Yeah, and everybody has kids. You know, not everybody has kids, but there's a time and place for people to act like adults and talk like adults and everything. But just on my channel, I just ask you to be respectful because I do have kids that come in. I'm trying to push the sport of hunting and fishing and recreation out to kids. So a lot of my content has kids in it. So I appreciate everybody just keeping it respectful. And I do support the hunting and trapping industry and the community, fishing, outdoors recreation. I support all that stuff. So, and there's a few channels that I support that I don't like. Arts like Monica. I love art. I love watching it. I think she's great at that. I support her. So I don't just support hunting and fishing. I support other channels also. It's just that I support. My focus is on hunting and fishing in the outdoors. So, but I do have some other channels that I support also, like Thailand, Time to Get Going, and things like that. Travel channels. Off the hook, I was fishing in your area. I wouldn't know that, Ryan, because I haven't fished in my area. I went away last week and did a trout fishing on our little family getaway. But I didn't do any trout fishing around here, and that's because I'm working. Excuse me. I'm working and I have to catch up on some things around the house now because I'm going to be opening up my lake house in May. And then that's when the fishing really turns on for me, will be May. And that will be muskie fishing, bass fishing. I'll probably do some bow fishing. And then I'll have some kids out there. We'll be doing some pan fish and things like that. Unfortunately, in my lake, there's not too many walleye. I've heard of people catching walleye, but not too many people target the walleye in my lakes. There's crappie, bluegill, catfish, carp, uh, bowfin, muskie, smallmouth, largemouth, and I usually focus on the muskie and the bass in my lake. Occasionally I'll go with bowfin, but that's sort of interesting me lately. If you guys get a chance to go over to Trey at Grippin' and Rippin' Fishing, where is your lake house? It's on the lake, and it's called Edinburgh Lake in PA. It's up north of Pittsburgh here. And I also have a hunting camp down south of Pittsburgh. We have 100 acres that I usually ride quads, and we have a pond, and we hunt down there and do a deer management program down there. So I have a little bit of everything. So I hunt down that way. I hunt in Ohio. I have a lease in Ohio. My buddy just built a house in Ohio. So I'm hoping to get down to Ohio a lot this year and do some farm pond fishing. That'll be pretty cool, I think, because we catch some pigs down there. I'm doing some bank fishing down in Ohio in some creeks that have some massive muskie in it. And I think that would be an interesting video to put out, a bank fishing muskie video. So I'm going to try to do that this year. I'm going to try to meet up with Kyle and do a fishing collab at Piedmont Lake in Ohio this year. Sunfish King, I believe, is going to join me the weekend of May 21st. He's going to stop. He's going to travel here, and we're going to do a collab and fishing weekend with him and maybe Molly. So that'll be the weekend of May 21st, I believe. If everything turns out, look out for that. We're going to be doing that. We'll probably be doing some live streams that weekend together on my boat. So that'll be really awesome. That same weekend, I'm going up to Freezer Bound Outdoors' Rendezvous, May 21st weekend. He's having a creators rendezvous up there. So I believe when Sunfish and meet all the video creators up there. I think like Mark J. Larson, Dark 30 Outdoors, Chris City Sticker, Chris will be there, Boxy, Geo, Adam. There'll be a lot of people up there, so that'll be really cool. Nick Green will be up there, I believe. So we're gonna go up there and meet the people up there on Saturday. We'll probably stay up there for a few hours. I'm gonna crossbow, I think, up there and try to do the 100-yard shot, crossbow shot. I'm gonna try to hit a balloon at 100 yards with my new crossbow that I got, so that'll be pretty cool. So keep an eye out for that. But we're gonna go up there for a while. Probably spend a half a day up there meeting the people and talking, and then Sunfish King and I are probably gonna come back and get on with the fishing again and make our videos and do our collabs and live streams the rest of the weekend. So that'll be really cool. So you guys want to keep an eye out for that. But I guess I'm gonna end this here right now. I guess. Thank you everybody for coming in. God bless you guys. Have a safe week. Keep an eye out for my live tomorrow at 7 Eastern for my club. Hey Joe, to watch, but this mobile connection is garbage and I'm not getting audio. Okay, I think I'm having issues too here because I was cracking and stuff on my thing. So, but I was getting ready to end it, Joe. I'm having a live tomorrow at 7. I'm gonna have Sunfish King up, and we're gonna be talking some trout fishing. I'm doing some bait giveaways that I caught my trout on in my previous videos, and I'm gonna be making baits for Living MN Outdoors. Daniel, he ordered some baits off me, so I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be very exciting. I've been going for about an hour and a half now, but I do have to get ready for work. I appreciate all you guys coming in here and supporting me. If you guys ever need anything, please hit me up, email me. And if anybody would like to buy any baits, go to my Off the Hook Facebook page, check out the baits, all the pricing is on there. Please go to my description and just browse around in my description. There's a lot of things on there that I have. Yeah, and thanks, Joe, for coming in. I appreciate you, buddy. So I am going to end this. I got to go to work today, and then tomorrow I have my uncle's funeral. So that's the downfall of everything. I had a loss in the family. My uncle Don died, so I got to go do that tomorrow, which isn't fun at all. So I got to go handle that tomorrow. My dad is okay. He's in the hospital still, but he's going to be getting out either today or tomorrow. He had an infection in his blood caused by the stents. So he's doing good. I talked to him this morning, so that's awesome. So God bless you guys. Stay safe. Thank you for joining me. Please hit me up in the next one. Keep an eye on my community tab for all my posts and everything. Check out my baits. Email me if you have any questions, and we will see ya.